Hi, it's Eddie and welcome back to Wheelie Tropicals. Today I'm going to just come to you with a video of how not to waste your garden waste. So when you've got massive banana leaves, canna leaves, hedechiums, whatever you've got in the garden, for years I used to put that in the brown bin and then send it off so the council could make compost and stuff from it. And it dawned on me last year that maybe I could make use of those rather than giving it to the council for nothing. So without further ado, I'm going to give you some benefits as to why you should keep it yourself and use it around the garden. So first things first, you can imagine these things on the ground will create an absolute ideal habitat for certain things in the garden, whether it's like worms and other bugs, beetles and things like that as well. So if you stack these up, you'll be giving wildlife a nice little opportunity to have an easier existence through the winter period as well. What I tend to use these for is the second point on here, which is for a mulch. So when the plants, like now, they're all starting to die back, I will cover the things like the hostas that will die completely back to the ground, and I will put loads of these leaves on top, which will help keep the water off, it will help keep the ice off, snow off and all the rest of it, and actually keep the soil temperature a little bit warmer, making it, even if it's only a degree or two, it'll just make that plant maybe just have a nice little easier time through winter. And as we've had like the beast from the east in previous years, those extra degree or two could have made the difference between certain plants, and I'm pretty sure that it would have done. The third point as well is this can be made for composting. So if you want to put this in your compost heap, chop these all up and let them compost down. So again, you've got some nice fresh compost for next year. And then as well as that, you can make a liquid feed from these as well. Do your research on that one. I've only just kind of briefly looked at that, but I wonder whether it's similar to like the comfrey feed, where you can just chop it up, put it in water and then kind of use that solution to slosh all over the garden. But without further ado, I'm going to show you what I use these for, which is for the mulch and how I apply that to the garden. So first things first, the video is early, but the reason that I'm coming to you early, I don't want to come to you at the time that you need to do it. You've already binned it and sent it away. So the video is a little bit early. I'm not expecting everybody to go out and start chopping their garden up unless you're in a really cold area by now. But I'm just going to show you now an example, and then I'll start doing this job over the next coming weeks when the temperature actually drops and when these plants actually die back to the ground. So a bit of a Blue Peter moment, as you can see at the bottom down there. I've added all the banana down to when this plant dies back, which is the colocasia pink china. Once that dies back, I'm going to have a nice blanket down there of these green beautiful leaves. Again, you can use the colocasia leaves as a mulch. Anything that you want to put on top of those plants will be absolutely ideal. And I'm going to fill any of the holes that are for the plants that are dying back, as well as the plants that I dig up. I'm going to put these in the hole as well, just to give it a little bit of a nutrient boost for next year. So the banana leaves, I'm going to use these as an example because it's something I've just recently cut up for my video. These are brilliant because they're paddle-shaped leaves, so you could cut these into little sections, and then I can use that now, whatever section I want, to go and slide that over the top of a plant. And you can see quite clearly there, that's going to be brilliant, that is, for keeping the water off certain these plants. And most of these tropical plants, the reason they get damaged the way they do is the combination of cold and wet. So some of these can tolerate cold or wet, but they can't tolerate both. So at least if I stack these up, it's going to keep some of the water off for sure, off those plants. So hopefully the water won't penetrate as deep, and if you get any real ground frosts, it won't, you know, destroy those plants' bulbs and stuff by basically freezing them in the ground. So that's basically why I'm using that. Again, it is early, as I said before, but as the plant things are dying back, there's no reason why you can't be throwing these onto the garden. But what I'm not saying to you is to go and start chopping those up now. We're towards the end of October. The weather's still looking absolutely sound for the next couple of weeks, but keep an eye on your local forecast. If you're colder than where I am, where it's dropping around about your 5s and stuff like that, at that point is when I would start looking. Anything that gets frost damaged, of course, just throw that on there as well. And then in the spring, we can tidy it all up because most of the nutrients, I imagine, would have leached out over winter. But use it in your own garden. You fed these plants, you're the one that's got them to this size and got all those nutrients in them, so it seems stupid at the end of the year to actually send those off for somebody else to benefit from them. But thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.